Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and this is News and Trivia Night. We have a lot of fun here, but we get into some serious news. And I want to start off with uh, what you've seen for the title, North Korea's new bomb. Have you heard the term tsunami bomb? Well, it's a concept that dates back to World War II. It was coined by the US and New Zealand. They tried to develop a tectonic weapon that could create destructive tsunamis. The concept was deemed feasible, but it never saw the light of day because such a bomb could never be invented. What if I tell you that there's now a weapon that can trigger nuclear tsunamis? And as we have uh, they North Korea, we have had pictures and images slip out that they have unidentified location in North Korea. They show the country's leader, Kim Jong un, sitting and smiling at his new weapon. What exactly is this thing? Well, Pyongyang says it's an underwater attack drone that can generate a radioactive tsunami. Another set of visuals showing a drill where the drone cruises underwater at a depth of 80 to 150 meters. North Korea says it remains there for about 59 hours and then detonated off its coast or the coast that they want to detonate this bomb at. They're calling this weapon uh, Hail. In Korea, it translates to tsunami. Um, this weapon is intended to make sneak attacks in enemy waters. In fact, it can destroy a naval striker groups, major operation ports, and how exactly by making super scale radioactive wave through explosion. This is where the weapon was tested in waters in South Hamgyong province, just a few hundred miles away from the coast of Japan. The entire exercise was supervised by Kim Jong un and his sister, who said that it should serve as a warning for the United States and South Korea to realize that the country's unlimited nuclear war deterrence. But the question is North Korea going to use this weapon against South Korea, Japan, Taiwan? We don't know. They're not letting it known where this is going to be used. And how much contamination will this weapon cause? After all, we're talking an underground nuclear explosion, one that could turn waters around in North Korea highly nauseous. I mean, think about it, a nuclear tsunami. Now, what I've been told is, let's say it goes off the coast of Hawaii, a nuclear explosion. It would spread nuclear um, into the air on land for, they say, 25 to 100 miles. And it's a tsunami, which means how big of a tsunami do they need? Is it an inch of water, 3 inches, 5 inches, 10 inches? How much of a tsunami is this? And these are the questions that have no definite answer to, thanks to the state uh, secrecy that prevails in Pyongyang. But what we can tell you is this weapon is the first of its kind, and it seems to emulating Russia's Poseidon torpedoes. These are nuclear bombs that are so powerful that they can cause radioactive ocean swells, a huge nuclear tsunami. In fact, this month, Russia general threatened to use this bomb to sink the UK fleets. And if NATO sets foot in Ukraine, he said Moscow has the ability to destroy Britain within 1,000 foot with highly radioactive wave. And now North Korea has such a weapon. It has been in development since 2012. and this ongoing 50 tests in the last 2 years. But this week's test verified its reliability and its safety, and with confirming its lethal strike capability. Just last Thursday, Pyongyang test fired intercontinental ballistic missiles. This just happened hours before the leaders of South Korea and Japan met. And now they're testing an underwater nuclear drone that has sent an alarm bells ringing in the region. Immediately after this test, militaries of the United States and South Korea held air bombing drills. Uh, uh, I bet William's getting thinking on this one, because this is something he might need to address on Monday, but both of us on Wednesday. An analysis agree a number of them are concerned of the North and the development of this underwater drone. And they say North Korea has unveiled it after 11 years. This means the weapon system is pretty solid. Now, we have had many have come out and said, no, I don't think they got the capabilities. I think it's propaganda. So, do we risk that it's propaganda, or do we risk that they are now sending videos out, this missile flying up in a mountain as if it was brushing it with uh, um, a type of nuclear weapons? Um, Now, me and William has spoke about this many occasions, folks, that there's a good possibility that a rogue country or somebody is going to do something stupid. And this is what this um, underwater bomb did, or would cause, is a false nuclear strike that would get others to start striking. That's the whole purpose of this weapon, is for North Korea to put it out there and say, no, we didn't do it. China did it. Russia did it. Yeah. Are we going to believe Russia did it? Are we going to believe China did it? Or are we going to believe that North Korea, having it in its hands, did it? And they are very angry that people in their country has come out and disclosed this information. It's test fired weapons of all kinds. We know North Korea has. And even Japan has issued warnings that South Korea has stepped up its security, and yet all of this has failed to stop Kim Jong Un. I really believe that this is his sister. Now, he has come out with his daughter and with many pictures. What we don't see is Kim Jong Un's sister. And what could be the mission that possibly um, be that he would use this for? Now, he could use this, and they say preparing for war. Is this propaganda? Is this more of Kim Jong Un's sister? I'm gonna wipe him out now at this point, because it's his sister that is the one that's controlling a lot of what we're seeing coming out of North Korea for weapons. He may be setting them off with his daughter, but I really think this is a lot of what his sister is doing. Now, if we are looking at a nuclear tsunami that could hit even the United States, this is something we need to be very concerned about. And with it, then we heard that they jumped in. Now, I was wondering why they jumped in and did a Pentagon hearing of defending against the highest. This is the highest military budget ever put in place, next to what Trump did. And this came just hours after they heard what North Korea had. And the budget, their sight is on China, and even eventually's call for preparedness of the U.S. Joint Chiefs and Staff. Now, Mark Milley and oh boy, and Lloyd Austin made it came out and made it clear that this subcommittee on defense um, that they're basically they're needing the money to replenish what we've sent to Ukraine. So they signed in a huge budget, and this is what Trump did. But Trump, what he did is he put it into building up our military. I'm going to tell you, we got the best military ever. Now, no matter what happens around us, the military is on target. They have not backed down. They have not wavered. They have not quit producing weapons, um, and weapons that can control other countries or third world nations like North Korea to firing something like this. Uh, we see the Iron Dome in Israel. You don't think we've got quite a few here? We do. We do. And the strength of our military and preparedness for war is what is keeping, I think, not only Kim Jong Un's sister, but China and Russia from starting a nuclear war because me and Williams talked about it. And we have said the second they shoot the first one, it's done. The country's done for. And, if we look at North Korea and his sister wants to get cocky, well, if she does something like this, that country's gone. We're not going to tolerate this. So I don't want anybody to get worried. Oh no, here we go, North Korea nuclear, and we're all going to die and duck and cover. And where do we go? And no, don't worry about it because we have got the best military, and they're on this. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got this report. Okay, I want to start trivia and get this going because this is some great trivia, folks. And it's trivia night. It's time for us to be kind of happy and have a good time. Have a great Friday night. Throw some popcorn. Get the popcorn. Jiffy Pop. You remember it would smell so good, and then you knew the second you smell burnt, you knew what you were going to get out of Jiffy Pop. Yeah. And so we tonight we're going to do some trivia. We're going to have some fun. And do you know the song? Do you know the song? Oh boy, we got so much in comments. Um, it would make a lot North Korea a lot more hungry. Russia already has the weapons. Yes, and I did read that, William. Now, all the superpowers would already have these weapons. Now, we have heard that Russia's got them. So, we haven't heard from any other country that has them. But will they let us know? Maybe not. Um, and I think it's very um, um, dumb for Kim Jong Un's sister to think that she's going to throw one of these out there, and we don't have something that would contradict it. Because with Iron Dome, I know we have something that's just going to take it out, and it kind of looks like a balloon underwater with a device inside. Now, if it's a balloon, are they going to fly it over our skies? Or are they going to put it underneath our oceans to cause this bomb uh, cyclone or tsunami? Now this did leak out today, and not only New York Times, but other publications have now starting to talk about this. No one's even looking at Kim Jong Un's sister. That's who we need to be looking at, but no one has done it. All right. uh, uh, all right. So, William, I'll ask you because Ellie's on a roll. Do you think the military money is because of the new house? No, I think the military money is to refurbish what we've lost. Wartime, we've always went to uh, into wartime mode to where we are going to replenish our ammunition or anything that's used that we could use that we could possibly use, like the vests, the tanks, the everything. Think military, and this is something that is done every year. But when we have put the budget in place, and doggone Obama cut it, the Clintons cut it, Obama cut it, Biden's have cut it. But when we had Trump in place, he put forth, and if it wasn't for Trump, we wouldn't see the battleships that we're seeing right now, the nuclear submarines we're seeing right now, and he made it so the military can decide if we are being threatened, whether it's foreign or if it's domestic terrorism. And right now, I think the domestic terrorism is on our border with Mexico. And then, get this. We had Biden run up there to Trudeau, and Trudeau's like, we're going to close our border and you have to take all of our illegals. Well, how come Trudeau gets to close his borders and we have to take everybody that goes in there? It's okay for Trudeau to close the Canadian borders, but it's not okay for us to close ours. That's got to tell you that there's some serious issues. Um, we prepare we prepare for the very best and can learn based on projected threats. Um, see, see, William will tell you were the Navy. Oh my goodness, the Navy's just strong. And what was it he said last night, William? What'd you say? Oh boy, lightning strike close. Um, just to let you guys know, I've got a storm above me, and a good possibility it might take me out. We are under a Torcon 5. All right, so um, 2 days ago, what is it? Karen, let me know right now because I'll answer it on the show. More than likely, I didn't answer it because it was something that we could bring onto the show. The Bomb Through the Breeze. Here is a song of um, a song by Hannah Wicklund called "The Bomb Through the Breeze." So look that up, folks. Uh, why are we selling new subs to Australia? Because um, Karen, when China made the threats, they said they were going to take Taiwan. They were going to work on. Taking over peacefully the islands in the South China Seas. Then their next target would be Australia, and then they would go to Africa. Now, we have got to have as many nuclear subs or subs in the waters to be able to fight Taiwan, fight for Taiwan. Boy, it's going to be a long show. Um, and um, and what we gave to Australia was in order for them to start building up their own military system to when it's no longer Taiwan and it becomes Australia. They have more of a defense because when we went to Ukraine didn't have the military equipment that it was needed to fight in the war. So we gave them all everything they needed. Now we're moving to Taiwan, and we have loaded Taiwan up, but we have to look into the future of Australia now. So we're settled with Ukraine, and what we're going to do, we're just going to keep feeding them money, and then we are looking at Taiwan. But now we have to look beyond into the future of defending Australia. William, am I right on this? Boy, William, start writing some notes on this. You'd have a great show on Monday. So this is what we're looking at. Um, so now I realize Elon Musk, folks, is doing business with China. And everybody says, "Oh, he's wrong for that." Now, when he went and started producing um, satellites and other rockets and systems for the United States says, "No, we got Raytheon and there's a few others. I can't just remember them offhand." And they said, "You know, what about us?" And so they basically cornered the market and they said, "You know, we don't need Elon Musk." Well, then Elon Musk went to China. China says, "Oh, yeah, heck yeah." They're not going to turn away anybody with this type of technology. And when Elon started working for China, is only when Texas came open, and then we seen Elon Musk working for the United States. Um, but is he still working with China? Yes, of course. That's where the market and the money is at. Australia is the best land base for South Pacific and Indian Oceans, but they are in need of big help. Now realize if China takes Indonesia and it takes Australia and it takes pretty much most of India, they will control most of the trade routes. This is the one they're missing because if they could do India, then they can have the trade routes basically globally without no restrictions. So this would only make China a lot of money. That's why they're so into the South China Seas and also India. Um, all right, I'm going to get to the first question with you guys to get going on this because we're already, boy, 20 minutes in, and I still got a lot more info for you guys. So, on to the first question. I know you guys are going to get this. All right, these are lyrics. So, once I say them, you're going to hear the song, you're going to know the song, and you're going to be able to give me the answer. Well, it's one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready, and no, now, oh, boy, I goofed that up. Well, it's one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready. Now, go, cat, go. What's now? If you only know who did this and you don't know the name of the song, I'll take it. But if you know the name of the song, that's where the point is at. So where is it? Go, cat, go. Yeah, one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready. Now go, cat, go. Ah, um, I can't give you any more, or you're going to know the name of the song. All right, so let's. I'm going to move on because we need to move on out of North Korea. This is very serious of what North Korea wants to do. Now, not only that, but we had the Pentagon leaders. Um, they are going to defend the highest ever military budget. And then uh, Karen, and I believe it's Karen that was asking the question, that Joint Chiefs of Staff and Mark Milley and Lloyd Austin has made their case for the higher courts that saying that we need to spend the most ever on our military, and it is needed. It is needed. Uh, but the Democrats want to say, "Oh no, we don't need all that stuff. We need Green New Deal." No, if we are to stay number one in this country for military, we are going to need a huge budget at this point. We don't need to be studying dragonflies. We don't need to be studying beagles. We don't need to give donations to the Kennedy Center. This is frivolous budget spending that if we put it into the preparation for war, and not only that, but to put it into military, we would still and stay number one with the military. And this is what, and I'm surprised with Millie and Lloyd that they would push this. Even the Garland and Mayorkas and a few others are saying it's needed. Why? I think, they're not saying why. When the press asks them, why do you want to increase this? What's going on? Um, it always seems to be a private email, private phone call saying that we have Chinese coming over our border. And so we need to put a huge, expensive priority on our military. If that's what's going to save this country is our military, we need to invest. And a lot of them are saying, no, no, no. And what it does, get this, folks. Why is it that when we had a fleet that was going over to the South Seas, intimidate China, and they would back off? And this was 2 years ago. Well, now, when they get very aggressive with Taiwan and we send a fleet over, they move over. It's not they vacate the waters, they're just moving over a little bit. And it's only when we bring in the biggest and the best fleets ever into close to Taiwan, the Taiwan Straits, or using the trade that goes from South China Seas into India, who is JCS. Who's JCS? I guess judicial, I don't know. So this is developments that are not only going around the world, and they think of Biden as weak, but when they look at our military, they get scared. And why is this happening? It should be our military is strong, our president, our administration is strong. Everything is strong, strong, strong. But for some reason, what the administration has done at this point has weakened not only our president, but their concept of what they want to put into place. The only thing they can't touch is the military. And why? Could it be? And everybody, if you look, this is you could. Boy, I keep dropping my pants. If you look on thegovernment.com of what Trump did, he assured us that if the military stays strong, that no matter what this administration does, for whether it's foreign or domestic, they could step in and they could say, no, you're not going to do it, and they can act on their own. And this is good. Now today, well, let's see if does anybody got the answer to this? 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and wow, here we go. Now, if you got the person or the group that did it or the name, I'll give you credit for it. All right. Now I got 2 of you. Now, if you there's more of you that answers, let me know. 1 for the money. Who is it? And the answer is Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis Presley. Let's go to the next one. I know I'm getting behind here. Hello, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Yeah, can you? I know you're hearing it. I know, and you could almost even have the chorus to this. So what is the name? What is the name of the song? Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Now, if you know only the who did it, I'll give you credit for it. If you know the name of the song, I'll give you credit for that too. Yeah. I think everybody knows this one. Uh, um, and we got Judith in here. Where's Judith tonight or DB? Have you guys seen DB's picture? Oh boy, he's getting handsome looking. He's got a nice gal on his arm. He's got the grandkids, and I think he's enjoying life. That's why we're not seeing him. He's having too much fun. All right, DB, where are you at? All right, so um, the Parents' Bill of Rights was passed today in Congress. Wow. Every single Democrat said no. Why? Uh, did you hear what AOC had to say about it? I mean, it was like, do you even know what the parents, have you read it? Have you seen all the points that's in there for the parents' rights? Now, Julio Letlow actually is the one that introduced it to Congress. Now, as AOC said, we were fascists for the terms of this bill. Claim we will destroy CRT in the schools and transgender rights. And she banged her fist. How dare us do this? That's what the Democrats believe. And that the parents shouldn't have a say in their kids' education. You know what this, we got the music thing going on today. Um, uh, um, we see this hello darkness. How about teachers leave them kids alone? That song, it fits it. We don't need your education. We don't need your thought control. We don't need your government control on our kids. Teachers and the government leave our kids alone. And then the Parents' Bill of Rights that went through, folks, you need to be calling your senators tomorrow. You need to be calling the senators of the Democrat Party and saying, we've had enough. Leave our kids alone. I mean, this would be the perfect song for tonight. Teachers, leave them kids alone. Uh, I've even posted that song a long time ago when CRT first entered the picture, and I did post it, and everybody didn't get it. I might even post it again tonight. So the blue suede shoes was Elvis. Um, Hello, darkness, my old friend. Um, you know, I love that song. I think that's the ring on my phone. Um, and it is The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. So if you call the show, it rings with The Sound of Silence. I don't know how I ended up. I thought I had the Titanic, but no, yeah, I got Sound of Silence. All right, so if you answered that, you got it right. All right, so let's go on to the next one. And I'll read you the Parents' Bill of Rights. When you find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. What's the song? If you know who did it, that's fine. What is the song? When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. And after that is the name of the song. All right. So, they came out, and the Democrats believe that parents shouldn't have the say in their kids' education and actually know what the reading material is about. Is the Democrats believe that was extreme? Democrats didn't believe in this. They didn't believe in this bill. They say the parents, um, we say parents have the right to be heard and should be able to go to school board meetings and not be called terrorist. But the Democrats said this was too extreme. The next one was parents should have the right to know where their tax dollars are being spent. When schools And the budgets, but you know what? And that was in the bill. But you know what? Democrats said this is too extreme. We have no right to know where tax dollars go. In this bill, they protect children's privacy, but the data can't be sent around. The parents should not know what they do with it. You know, when they want to send these kids for gender issues, they keep it quiet. And since the parents, want this in the Bill of Rights, it's extreme. It's too extreme, they thought. We thought the parents should know if there's a violent activity on campus that's going on, that we should be able to know, at least by the end of the week. But you know what? The Democrats say that's too extreme. Today was a win for every mother, father, student in America. We have the Parents' Bill of Rights. It's only a small step, folks. Everybody's like, I seen McCarthy and all them. They're all excited. It hasn't passed yet. It hasn't went to the Senate. Once the Senate passes it, it goes into effect. But if we don't call on these people and say we need this, they're going to vote against it. Are they going to throw it out? And then where do we go from there? We wait till the next president? No. We need this Bill of Rights for not only for the schools that don't like what the CRT has put forth. We need this for the parents, not to be considered domestic terrorists, but we need it for the students to be safe and not be a kindergartner to be pushed to not even knowing if they want to be a boy or a girl with these books that are coming out. Oh boy. So, all right. So anybody, I got to go back and I got to see if oh boy, PJ's in here. PJ New. I'm going to have to throw you up there, and glad you're here tonight. And PJ says, let it be. Um, so if you, let's see, how many people have, all right, so let's go on. PJ New, what do you think of trivia? That we do trivia on Fridays. I mean, you're new, so you're one of our newest viewers, so you would know if you like having this, having news and trivia. All right. So when I find myself in trouble, what is it? Let It Be by the Beatles. All right, here we go to the next one. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm, a smell of colitas rising up through the air. Everybody knows this one. Everybody knows what this is. I mean, even more than the blue suede shoes. This is a well-known song and all over the world. Now, if you are in another country, some of these you might know, and put your answers down in the comments. We'd love to see it. So, um, let's see how many. I bet everybody gets this one. Um, I got my puppy. My puppy chewed up my cord, folks. I said it in the last show. Right before my show, my puppy came up to me and had something to give me, a little present, and gave me the plug to my vacuum. Oh boy. All right, so um, I think everybody's got this one. All right, so onward. Um, Boy, this hour is going by quick. We're having fun. And the answer is Hotel California by the Eagles. And if you're in another country, listen to it. It's very popular here. Well, okay. You could tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. What is the name of that song, folks? All right. So, um, um, while the White House scrambles to fix Biden's, he he sniffs a baby. A baby is screaming. He claims he has notes that's being left on his mirror in the bathroom. He went on a memorabilia lane, folks, and he does this a lot. And I don't want to. They everybody says it's bizarre comments that he put down that his wife says something about loving him. It's a little love note between the two of them. We'll never know what it means. Don't look into this, folks. Everybody's like, oh yeah, look at how he's going off in this tangent. We always know he does. We always know he does, and we always know he lies. This, I can't believe how bad this administration lies. And humor him, laugh at him, because that's what every other country's doing. What do we do about him? There's nothing we can do. And if he wants to go down memory lane, let him go down memory lane. I do it. I do it all the time with you guys. You hear funny little things that I've done, my family's done, and he just gets there all the time. He wants to tell you about the funny little things of memory lane. All right, so has anybody got this one? Um, uh, all right, Linda, jump in there. Boy, PJ, you're going to get right in there, and you're gonna get in with these guys tonight. Uh, PJ's new, and that's his name too. But he's new, and is it he? Now I'm. The other day I said he, and it was a girl, and I felt really bad, and then I lost a viewer, and so PJ, I'm hoping you're a guy, a very good looking guy. Yeah. Everybody that watches the show is good looking. All right. So, PJ McNamara. Um, okay. So, we're enjoying you. It's someone new. What do they call that? Fresh meat in our chat. Yeah. So, and be sure to tell everybody about us, PJ. We love our viewers. And yeah, I got a little sense of humor in there, but I get dead serious on this news. I've been dead serious. Karen been with me for 5 years. Karen, can you believe that? 5 years now on YouTube, on Facebook. It's real close. And Karen will tell you when there's times I've had tears on this show. I'm dead serious on this news. So, all right, let's find out what the answer is to this, and we'll get moving on. Yeah, because we're almost on the hour. The answer is "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees. Staying Alive. Uh, uh, I'm not even going to attempt to sing it. All right, so what about this one? There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch. It brings me out of the dark. Yeah, what's the name of that song? There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch. It brings me out of the dark. Do we know this one? All right. Um, so my cursor don't want to cooperate with me. Um, um, Now this came out with the Times, and I thought, how dare you, Times, to back up George Soros? Oh, he's just looking out for the communities. Well, how come it's all the communities that have high crime rates, the worst schools, the worst DAs, the worst judges, all of it? They're saying, oh, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And why would they put something like this out, folks? Is because today it came out in New York Times that George Soros funded D.A. Bragg to go after Trump. And oh no, don't look over there. No, no, Soros is a good guy. Yeah. No, Soros is he's evil. He has hurt our country so many times that um, with high crime rates, he is soft on crime. He everything from stealing your car to home invasions to uh, being raped is okay with George Soros. But you know what? He's the best of all, the media says. He cares. I've looked into George Soros since the Clintons because of their daughter's married to a Soros. And of course, so I'm going to look into it. And George Soros has been evil since he watched the Nazis take stuff away from the Jews and kill them. I think he licks his lips over it. Uh, uh, all right, let's just go to this next one. Does anybody know what this is? Um, Nobody knows this one. Rolling in the deep is what Karen says. All right. Everybody says they don't know it. Karen's taking a guess, I think. Rolling in the Deep by Adele. And Karen got it right. Check her out. Check that out. Rolling in the Deep. All right. So look into my eyes. You will see what you mean to me. Look into my eyes. You will see what you mean to me. They promote death and destruction. You see, this is the whole thing with George Soros. Every city that he has put into, every state he's put into, the money from his foundation. This is what they're saying. It's money from his foundations, and the foundations is what given to this D.A. Bragg. So D.A. Bragg, it's not from Soros. It's from the foundation that he's a part of. He's a good guy. He has done so much for Democrat cities to make it justice for all. What? I mean, I've looked at George Soros. He's in with Klaus Schwab. He is into destroying. Why do you think his own country kicked him out? Why did Russia kick him out? Why is certain countries in Europe kicked him out? Because he's evil. Is chaos, destruction. There is even money from his foundations that pay for Antifa, not just for here, not all over the United States, but they do it in the UK. Arab Spring. Guess what? Guess who was in the middle of the riots? I wonder why Antifa was over there. Yeah, UK. If you're in the UK, you know what Antifa is. Antifa is everywhere, folks. And I think that's what Black Lives Matter is trying to do. And Black Lives Matters, they're getting caught in their own trail of money of being and blowing it and not paying what they promised out. All right, anybody know this one? You don't know this? Oh, come on. You know what? I know that Susan and Karen and even Linda, I think y'all are going to go, geez, I knew this one. I sang it. I howled it. I sang it in the shower. Yeah. Susan, I know you sang it in the shower. And Karen, everything I do it for you by Bryan Adams. Yep. We all sang that song. We howled it. Yeah, us women. Yeah, everything I do it for you. Oh, yeah. That was a love song of love songs. PJ, did you get that one? Did you get that one? You've been pretty good at this. Every night in my dreams, see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go on. Every night in my dreams, I see you. I feel you. That is how I know. You go on. Yeah, Antifa is everywhere. Uh, get rid of all the foundations. Um, if you guys didn't know, if you're new watching the show, George Soros has got over 250 organizations, foundations that put into not only what's going on here, but get this, we pay him um, with U.S. aid. A lot of people didn't know this through the State Department. USAID has given most of the George Soros foundations the right to use US aid for other countries. Yeah, right. They only got to give 25%. 75 they get to keep. Oh yeah, luxury business. Yeah. So if you give a lot of these places, folks, that you want to put that little dime or nickel in, and yeah, you're thinking, oh, this is going to work, and this is going to help people in need. These these where you stick them in, and it's going to help Somalia, Africa, or whatever. They only have to give 25%, folks. The rest they get to keep. So if you give $20, if you just helped them out, you didn't help your cause. And see, that's where I say give to the company or the place itself. Don't give it through these other organizations that say, "Oh, we're going to give it to them." Oh, yeah, 25%. No, you go and you give it to them directly. Don't put your nickel or dime in these little containers at the store. Not unless it's helping someone locally. All right, does anybody know this one? Let's see. Um, yeah, they don't know this one either. Oh boy, you guys are going to hit yourself. Oh boy, y'all knew this one. Um, this is a well-known one. Every night in my dreams, Titanic songs. My heart will go on. Right there at the end, Susan and William jumped in for the answer. All right, onward. Um, Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Yeah, does anybody know what that one is? Little darling. It's been a long time, or been a long, cold winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. All right, so Putin sends a strong message of strikes against targets in Ukraine after the Jinping visit. Um, and early Thursday is the latest update that Russian President Putin, uh, which he notes has now exactly reached the 13-month mark. And he's ready for the 12-point ceasefire or peace agreement that Jinping has put forth. And there's numerous reports about drone strikes against Ukraine, including Zaporizhzhia area. The attacks could be seen as an attempt by Putin to send a signal of the wake of Jinping's visit to Moscow. Since some of the missiles hit civilian infrastructure, at least 10 people were killed. Um, and as Jinping flew back to Beijing, Russia's military launched a brigade of strikes with Iran made drones. Uh, and this was in the Kyiv region. So he is striking out at Kyiv. All right. So here comes. No, I missed that one. Thank you, Karen, right there. I just now gave William the point. All right, so uh, little darling, what is it? Does anybody know? The answer, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. And PJ and Karen jumped right in right there at the end. Wow. Um, um, now, PJ knew it was the Beatles. Now, see, when I read that, I had no clue. I thought, where are these? And I know I've heard it, but this trivia source that I found is just grabbing out of the blue. It's not going to be the chorus. All right, so if you said "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles, you got it right. Yeah, Karen got it. All right, she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. She was more like a queen. She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. What song is that one? Yeah. This one I had no clue. A lot of these I didn't. I'm not good at trivia. Um, so, um, I we keep hearing about these stupid UFOs. And guess what? It's going to be here Sunday. Yep, the mothership, everything's going to be here on Sunday. Keep your eyes out, is what they're saying. Cancel your Sunday brunch and your plans. Aliens are going to destroy Earth. Not, and today is one of them. Yesterday was a day, and then if not these 2 days, it's going to be on Sunday. Oh boy, it didn't happen Thursday. It didn't happen today. We've got Torcons here. It could be the aliens sending us tornadoes. But they said that they're going to come down and they're going to destroy the earth. Huh. I bet when we come back on Monday, you guys have a good laugh on this. Oh, boy, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Okay. Sheila Jackson Lee is mocked after describing what these new pistol things are. Now, folks, it's a thing you add to your ARs, okay? Now, some people say we don't need these. Other people say, well, what's wrong with it? It is so when you pull the trigger, okay, on this, it'll shoot. And when you let go, it shoots. So it just adds extra power. Now, there's another thing they're going after, this stuff that you clean your rifles with, that if you stick it on there, it's like a silencer. But no one really knew about this until they found out, hey, it's a silencer. So they all decided to do it. Now, Maxine Waters, the only reason why she is in there right now is because Feinstein is out. This is Feinstein's piece of bill that she always does against these AR-15s. So they are going after them big and strong. Now, what they want to do is criminalize people for having this little piece that you stick on your gun. And it doesn't mean that you're going to go out and do mass shootings. It doesn't mean that the gun's going to jump up and go outside and shoot people on its own. It's a device that's put on guns. Now, is it needed? It depends on the person. I've got an AR. I don't really think I need it. I have never even thought about it, never even heard about it till they started making fuss about it. And then I'm like, whoa, I didn't know about that. Now, what's that do? Yeah, I looked at it and said, nah, I don't need that. I don't need the bottle of liquid stuff that seems to be scaring our government with it being a silencer. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. So, it's to each his own. If you feel that this isn't needed, you might be for taking it out. But we don't need the ATF kicking in doors, saying, "Hey, you got that on your gun. We're going to arrest you and you're a terrorist." No, we don't need ATF kicking in doors. We just need to be said that this isn't going to make it if it passes. Um, I don't like anything that is going to invade our Second Amendments. So to me, I don't know who is going to use this. It could be great for hunting. I don't think it's a big thing that the gangs and the criminals and domestic terrorists are going to get a hold of just so they can shoot more people. I think they just have the gun and they're going to go at it. All right. So she was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. Do we know? Um, uh, all right. I seen a couple answers in there, and let's see what it is. I've I seen two. So if you got it right, if you put it down there again in case I missed it. And the answer is Billie Jean. Oops. By Michael Jackson. So if you had Billie Jean, that is not now. William says the Second Amendment may not be infringed. That's it. And now there is a couple guys out there on YouTube, folks. I just want to that will go over exactly what this piece does, and they're fighting it. And also this it's a liquid that you clean your guns with. And so when the residue is left after cleaning your gun, it makes it a silencer. And a lot of these guys didn't even know it did that. Well, now they do. Yeah, because Maxine Waters is spouting that we don't need to have any of this. Uh, it's a rule of law. It's a rule, not a law. It was created for the disabled vets. That's why they hate it. All right, so oops, there's a lady who's sure all the glitters is gold. Um, Boy, we're getting down to um, about three-quarters of the way through the show for Twitter. So there's a lady who's sure all the glitters is gold. What song is that? Uh, um, Now we got stuff heating up in Syria, folks. Now we have Iranian drones that killed a U.S. contractor and wounded about five others. Uh, and we're starting to see more and more of these Iranian drones that are being used, and I'm saying by the Palestinians. Now, you guys got to realize that um, watch Bridget Gabriel. If and write it down if you got to, or if you can remember Bridget Gabriel. Go watch and listen to her. She was part of the Palestinians. That she thought that her part of the country was all for the Jewish people, and come to find out is Islamic extremists that moved in and was now taking out Christians. Um, and so the Iranian drone strikes, um, with them wounding, they're basically they've gone through their own country and gotten rid of a lot of the Christians, the Jews, and so now in Syria, they are now using it on the war against Syria, against um, Israel, against anybody that's over there fighting against the Islamic extremist. Um, Now, we had a NATO chief come out today and he said we must prepare for a long war in Ukraine. Me and Williams have been saying that for weeks, that this is going to be a war that's just not going to end. This is going to be a civil war between two cultures that is going to, they'll never like each other. It's like the Sunni and Shiites. That we're never going to get them to kiss and make up. We're not going to get the Ukrainians and Russians to kiss and make up. We may have been able to do it with the Civil War with the North and the South, but you could still see the tensions of the North and the South, and how many hundreds of years later. So we're not going to see anything come out of the same war with what's going on in Syria. We've had Syria for a decade. We had Afghanistan, we fought for decades. And now we even have Iraq coming forward saying that the United States hit them with chemical weapons that has destroyed the people in Iraq. And not only that, but it disturbed their government, and then they tried to take over, but then they pulled out and left. And this seems to be happening time after time as we seem to pick the wars. Now, Finland was asked to send fighter jets, and they have now turned it down. Some of the European countries are sending the jets in, and some aren't. And it's to each his own. But of course, NATO's saying, well, if you're not going to send Ukraine jets, then maybe you're not a part of us. No, they are a part of NATO. They just feel they should have a right to their own opinion if they want to send jets, tanks, money, whatever. But they are being chastised for not wanting to send the jets. All right, does anybody know this? What is the name of your YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is Investigator News 2. We had Investigator News, but they took it. Mrs. Claus spoke, and it's a long story, PJ. Mrs. Claus caused us to lose our channel. Me as Mrs. Claus. So it is Investigator News 2. I don't even think I have it on here. So Finland is on the Russian border. Now, William, you make a good point there, because they don't want, we put all of our troops on the Poland side with the border, and me and Williams talked in the World War III report that we've spread them out. But that doesn't mean Finland is going to be privy to Russia right there, and them could be the next in line. Putin just said he was going to take over and take many more countries. He didn't say which ones. So, it's okay. We have Investigator News 2. And if we lose this one, we got Investigator News Network. I'm way ahead of the game on them. But yeah, we lost many, many viewers, PJ, on Investigator News, the original. Probably close to 900 viewers that I don't know what happened to them. They're gone. Now we did get a big increase over on Facebook after we lost our YouTube channel. So it could have been they went over there. All right. So anybody know who that? I think we got a few of them. Investigator News 2. Oh, you got it now. Okay, so it worked. All right. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and get the answer to this. And we are already after the hour. Answer is Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven. We got great. This is a great show tonight. All right. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can't take a break. I'm at a loss with that one. You guys might have to sing it in your head a few times and see if you know the answer to this one. All right. And I only have a few articles left, and only a few more questions. U.S. military launches airstrikes after Iranian-backed terrorist drones hit Syria, but not, let's see. I lost it right there. But they attacked the forces in Syria. U.S. intelligence said that the attack was carried out by a one-way unmanned area vehicle that struck maintenance facility on a coalition base near Hasaka in northern Syria about 100 I'm sorry, about 2 p.m. local time. The Pentagon said that the precision airstrikes were launched to limit the risk of escalation and minimize casualties. So, as we respond to the attack on our forces that killed an American contractor and wounded our troops, another American contractor by striking facilities used by groups affiliated with Iran Islamic Revolutionary Guards. Now, you see, this is what Bridget Gabriel was talking about, is Islamic extremist. The Palestinian people themselves, just like over in China, the Chinese people themselves are okay. In Iran, the Iranian people are okay. It's these rogue military that have gotten out of control. So let's see, we got. All right. I'm not sure if I see any answers just yet. So jump on in there. And the answer is Happy by Pharrell Williams. Now I've heard the song, but I don't know the verses for it. I just know Happy. Is it like I'm so happy, or I'm happy, 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 happy? But it was Pharrell Williams, Happy. See, I got you on that one, huh, William? All right, now we go on to the next. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I know you guys know this one. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I know you guys are going to get this one. Just think on it. Come on, Karen, you got this. All right. Um, um, Now, China is, we had ships that went through the strait again. It's something we always do. It's something that is allowed. It's not China control. Many ships go through the Taiwan Strait. Well, our ship had went through there. And once again, China said, no, this isn't happening. And so what they did is they threatened the United States that this is considered an act of war. Um, and China, they say, keeps drawing the line in the sand, but we, looking at a weak administration, has not acted on it. So now they said they're going to start blocking our ships or any of the ally ships that's going to defend Taiwan. China is going to go ahead and block and consider it an aggressive act of terrorism. So we got the Rolling Stones on this one. Does anybody know? William, you might have this one. You know what? PJ, you're surpassing some of the people that's playing tonight. Some of our really good players. You've even moved past them. All right, but this is a great subject tonight. This is a great subject, and if you like music, you're going to get these. All right, so please allow me to introduce myself. And what is it? It is Sympathy for the Devil by Rolling Stones. And William got this one. He got the name and also who did it. All right, on to the next. There comes a time when we need a certain call, when the world must come together as one. Everybody should know this one. Everybody. It's going to be ping, ping, ping. I know you guys know this. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. Everybody knows this one. We protect international waters. Why does China want aircraft carrier groups next to Beijing? That's right. That's a good question. Um, but see, China, William, me and you have talked about this over and over again. China thinks they control everything. China thinks they're going to block the Taiwan Straits. China thinks that the uh, South seas, um, Asia seas, are theirs. And so when we go over there and we try to use the strait that we technically are allowed to use for international waters, China wants to block it off. Um, yeah, I know everybody knows this one. All right, Linda G, get in there. And we got, what is that? It's Linda in Illinois, isn't it? That we have in there. I haven't seen her answer in a little bit, but I thought we seen Linda in Illinois. All right, so we're going to move on. And I want to do a few of these. The answer is We Are the World by USA for Africa. Boy, why can't we do that, something like that again? All right. I thought love was only true in fairy tales, meant for someone else, but not for me. We should definitely get this one. Um, all right. So John Lennon, Give Peace a Chance. Boy, that was a good song. I like PJ. Did you ever listen to the John Lennon when it was just him by himself? Wasn't even Yoko Ono, and we had that song "Give Peace a Chance." There was a couple other songs on it too. It was one lone. I don't even want to say it's a album. I remember it on DVD, but I could be wrong. It could be earlier. But John Lennon did um, an album all by himself without Yoko Ono. And, Yoko Ono to me couldn't sing, folks. I like John Lennon. She was okay, but I would rather it be the Beatles or John Lennon. And after the Beatles had that first breakup, I think it was in the 70s, Paul McCartney wanted to quit. And that's why they had that um, the big scare of Paul McCartney was dead or something like that. Everybody was freaking out. And then he came out, he came back, they went on. And then eventually he ended up leaving the band for Wings with Linda McCartney. All right, so she's not in chat. Who, Linda? Is it Linda G or Linda? Well, Linda in Illinois is in. So I thought I seen Linda G in there. All right, well, Linda H is Linda of Illinois is in there. All right, so I thought love was only true in a fairy tale, meant for somebody else, but not for me. Um, huh. All right. And the answer is I'm a Believer by the Monkees. Some of you should have got that one. On the I thought love was true in fairy tales. Ah, yeah. I think I stumped you on that one. John was oh, I can't say what that you typed. He wasn't a good man. I'm begging you, please don't take my man. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Yeah. Sounds it's a country western song, folks. This is a country western singer. I'm begging you. I'm begging you of please don't take my man. Yeah. Uh, uh, Double Fantasy was a good John Lennon album. Do you remember the one I was thinking of? So anybody got this one? Fancy. I'm begging you of please don't take my man. It was a well known country hit. I know you guys are going to know this one. And I'm going to go ahead and give it and get to the end here. We're already running way over. Well, I think we're going to be 30 minutes over. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Yeah. All right. If you had Dolly Parton, Jolene. Boy, everybody jumped in at the last minute there. Boy, not sure what of one you're thinking of. Okay. It was Jolene. Boy, the dog's trying to get in. I think she feels bad she chewed my plug. All right. Oops. Oh, boy, I shouldn't have done. I gave you guys the answer to that one. Oh, boy, that wasn't good. I know everybody knows this. Oh, you can dance. You can jive, having the time of your life. And I just gave it to everybody. So, um, oops. Ellie seems to do that at least once on trivia. So I'll give that to all of you uh, because I gave you the answer. I let it go and didn't pay attention. All right. Oh, you can dance. The answer is Dancing Queen by ABBA. All right, let's go on to the next one. 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, turn it up. Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to see my kin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, turn it up. Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to see my kin. What is the name of this song? Uh, I had no clue, but I knew the song. I knew the song well, in fact. And I went, well, yeah, man, I should have got that one. Um, um, all right, 1, 2, 3, turn it up. Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to see my kin. Uh, let's see if anybody knows this one. Boy, um, Karen, did you recognize that Dolly Parton tune? I mean, I know I got a few countries in here, a few country western songs, but wow, that one got me. I was thinking it's "Stand by Your Man" or something like that. Who did "Stand by Your Man"? Wasn't it Wynette or one of them? Uh, yeah, it was one of them country western singers that did "Stand by Your Man." All right, so here we go. I know you guys are really gonna go, oh man, I knew this one. Yeah. Answer: Sweet Home Alabama. Leonard Skinner. Big wheels keep on turning. That would have been where the clue that's what this was. Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. Wow. Uh, all right. Three Dog Night was close. Uh, Linda, you were real close. Remember Knock Three Times by Three Dogs Night? And that was it. That was it, folks. Let me stop this and bring it down. So let's see. Karen's got 9. Susan's got 10. William's got 11. Linda had 5. And PJ New, our new viewer, with 11. So way to go, William and PJ New on the win. So way to go, PJ. You're new this week, and you jumped in and you won in there with one of our chatters, Mr. William, on having the most correct right. Um, I got to get this typed in. And congratulations on this. Okay, there we go. So there you have it. That's the end for tonight. And we'll be back on Monday, unless something really big happens. Monday night will be William's show. I might do a little bit of news. It just depends. But William now has his own show on Monday nights. I will be here for weather and lifestyle news. Way to go. Way to go, PJ. Come on back and play again. Tell your friends and family about this. We have a lot of fun here. Uh, we have fun with the trivia, but I always try to put some news in that people want to hear and you don't hear about. And if you notice, sometimes I get it ahead of time, and other news media don't get it for a day or two. And that's what I strive for, is to give you the first uh, the first bit of news before it hits the media. And I smile when that happens. So subscribe, hit the like button. Let me pull myself in there, and hit the and follow and like and the bell on YouTube. And like PJ asked, what's the name of your YouTube channel? It's Investigator News 2. And if you want it on um, Facebook, it's only called Investigators. That was our original name, and we've been going for quite a few years. It's just we keep getting stunted because I'm going to give you the truth and news, and I want to be the first to give it to you so that you can share it with others. All right, folks, have a wonderful weekend. Fill the churches. Thank you so very much for watching the show and supporting us. So we'll see you Monday. And Monday for William and weather and lifestyle news. And so far, everything looks safe. But if I get tornadoes, Karen will let you know on our investigators on Facebook. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.